Hi, my name is Sky, and I have a message for Tyler Shields. Mr. Shields, I'm a fan of your photography. I think you have very interesting composition, the way you set up your shots and use people in them. And I also understand that you're a big fan of, making videos and directing. And I'm curious, would you be interested in directing a Gang of Daggers for me, either as a movie or as a TV show? And what a Gang of Daggers is, the tagline I use is Harry Potter meets The Sopranos, with a little bit of NBC Friday Night Lights, a little bit, mixed in. It's almost I kind of want to say an antithesis to Glee, but that's just because it's popular right now. Um, what Gang of Daggers is, a group of high school nerds find a magical portal to another world, and on that world they realize that they can be adults and chase women, drink, and kill people and get away with it. And to take advantage of that, they decide to become mercenaries, learn to fight with swords and shields, and sell their services. Part of that ends up being that they become like a gang on Earth. So part of the premise of this franchise is that you have the inner city high school in the United States, where the place is covered in graffiti, there's gangs, there's a lot of just violence, and it looks pretty rough and bad there. And these kids who are at the bottom of the social ladder, they go to this other world and they can be whoever they want, and there's no real restraint on them except on, are you strong enough? Can you survive? So they pursue violence, they pursue turning themselves into living weapons to become amazing, badass guys on this other planet. And so on this other world, it's like Europe before Rome took over. Just very primitive, very little technology. People are just scraping by. Very little medicine, and there's petty kingdoms everywhere. One lord is fighting another for land, even, and they both serve the same king. So it's just very rough, very uncertain. And the reason why I'm approaching you with this idea, and I think you would like it, is because of where Star Trek would take science fiction and use that to portray things going on in the world, with nations at war, with what are we doing with ourselves, to our bodies, are we separate or are we all together? I would like to see that with this franchise, in showing what is our perception of what is normal life, what is violence, what is violent behavior, and how do we treat each other? How do we view each other in a hierarchy? Bullying would be a part of this program, as well as just what happens when people are isolated, people are left alone, people don't work together, uh, different ideas like that. I would love to just show violence and teen pregnancy and just how people are getting pushed into these situations on Earth, and then juxtapose that with what you see on this other planet, with people who they don't have enough to eat, they are the victims of somebody who's stronger with a weapon, that they basically have to work with people they don't like just to survive. Tons of things like that going on. So, just an idea. Let me know. And continue the great work you're doing.